Hello YouTube. It's been a while since I've been on here. And so I wanted to come and say hi. I'm going to be coming on here more, but I had to take a little time off. If you're familiar with me, then you know that I just completed a 365-day live challenge on Facebook. And so every day I did a video on Facebook on my personal page, sometimes in my astrology groups, and talked about astrology. And so it really did take me away from making videos here. But I've completed that. I've taken a month away from doing videos and lives, and I'm starting back now. And it's a full moon in Libra today. And if you don't already know, the full moon was at 2:55 p.m. here, April 16th in Eastern Standard Time, and it was 11:55 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and you can just translate that to wherever you are in the world. But this full moon in Pluto is, full moon in Pluto, well, it's kind of like it, because this full moon in Libra is actually square Pluto in Capricorn. And I think this is an interesting lead up to the eclipse season that is coming, that starts on April 30th. I mean, really, it's already started. I'm sure we're all feeling it. Things, people, circumstances are happening in our lives that are really likely bringing content that we are addressing with this eclipse season. And with a full moon in Libra, this is likely having to do with how we're really relating with the outside world and our relationships, and our own personal needs in regards to relationships, and how we relate to ourselves first and foremost, right? So the full moon is ruled by Venus. Venus rules Libra, which is a yang sign. Venus also rules Taurus, which is a yin sign. So when we make it to Libra, our Venusian values in our relationships, this yang energy where we actually go out and actually we're active out in the world, this yang Libra Venus energy is really stemming from the yin Venus energy that we've cultivated in our Taurian consciousness, so Taurus consciousness, right? And if you've been following astrology, you know that the nodes of the moon are in Taurus and Scorpio. And this means that we are really looking at our emotional relationship to Taurus themes and to Scorpio themes. And so this is really about how we trust ourselves. Have we cultivated self-trust? Have we maintained self-trust? Have we been loving ourselves and trusting ourselves, honoring ourselves, honoring our values and what we really, really love? And are we maintaining that in our relationships? And, are we tending to our body and our self-care? Are we caring about ourselves? Because at the end of the day, it is our own responsibility to take care of ourselves. And with Pluto and Capricorn, this is really exposing where is it that we're not taking responsibility in our lives, and for the reality that is being presented to us in the outer world, in society, in the collective, but also, of course, in our personal reality, in our careers, in our relationships. And so this 18-month journey with the nodes in Taurus and Scorpio, which began in January of 2022, is doing these deep explorations emotionally in regards to how we're feeling about these themes around what we love and value, and where it is where we are honoring our values, we are loving ourselves, we are trusting ourselves and trusting our values and how they may be changing, and also trusting ourselves as our greatest resource, trusting that we're really plugged into our own soul, and that that's where our energy really truly comes from, and that at the end of the day, our energy in our lives really can't come from the outside world. It has to come from within. And this is how we actually access our own empowerment, how we access our power, which is Scorpio themes. And so as we navigate the nodes in Taurus and Scorpio, we're going to be exposed to the areas where we're not feeling our empowerment, where we feel like we're not actually in relationship situations or circumstances that are actually regenerating energy in our lives. And we'll notice where it is we're feeling drained in our lives, which is a really good indicator that something needs to metamorphosize, it needs to change, it needs to transform. And because Pluto is the planetary guide to Scorpio consciousness, we look to Pluto in Capricorn and recognize that it's at the end of Capricorn. It's going to go retrograde on the day before the first eclipse in this season on April 30th. So Pluto goes retrograde on April 29th, which is significant. It's getting us ready. And when a planet goes retrograde, it's like a Uranian component. So what this means is that it quickens our Plutonian, in this case, consciousness. What does that mean? It means that we're going to be having experience as it's retrograde to throw off any areas that we're feeling like we cannot access our power and our empowerment. It's going to expose that. And this is all to help us really align with our true empowerment and begin to regenerate energy more and more in all of the aspects of our lives, and how that actually really regenerates energy in the body, which is Taurus themes. So really noticing where it is that we're not feeling regenerated, and also noticing where it is we may have fears of letting go of the things that are not regenerating us and that feel like they're kind of stale and they're not bringing juice to our lives. They're not helping us to grow. And so we can look at what it is in our unconscious that is really not trusting ourselves, trusting our connection to our own soul and soul source. And, how really with the Taurus Scorpio axes, this is how we actually, when we really face our fears and face our fears of loss, we're actually taking action towards really stepping into connecting to our own trust of our own soul, and how we really are connected to our own soul evolution, and that no matter what it is that has fallen away or is falling away, that we're actually, as we trust our own vibration and taking care of ourselves, this Venus-Taurus component, we actually attract in things, people, situations, circumstances that will actually assist us in our evolutionary growth and regenerating energy in our lives. So at this full moon with Pluto in Capricorn square the sun and the moon, this is really bringing in the empowerment and the pressure and challenge, as well as tension, but energy, this energy where we can actually really harness our empowerment, and really in regards to what we really need, like what our needs are personally, and how we want to act on behalf of our needs in our relationship to ourselves, but also in our relationship with others, so that we can build the reality that we desire to live. So I hope this is helpful for you, and if you find this helpful or interesting, I would be so happy that you shared it. So you're welcome to share it. And I would love to hear from you. So if you feel like saying hi, please do. And if you have any thoughts, questions, insights, I'd love to hear. So you can put those in the comments. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe to my channel. If you'd like to follow along the current planetary transits as well as the healing arts, I'll do some videos on healing arts as well. And you can click the notification bell to be notified when I post new content, which is coming. So be on the lookout, and happy full moon.